Hi guys, welcome back to PBTV, and we have a brand new, as yet unreleased item with us today. So this is the SSG11 from Novritsch, his brand new next generation sniper rifle that, being lucky enough to field this thing very recently, I'm not a sniper player. I will put that out there. Caveat this with, I am quite an aggressive, sort of fast assault running player. I have never been more confident or more satisfied with the shots I've been pulling off with a sniper than I have with this. So we're going to go over it, what's different about it, why is it the next gen sniper rifle, what's good, and how it can improve your gameplay as a sniper or a bolt action player. So, first things first, obviously what comes in the box with this thing, obviously we've added the optic, we've added the suppressor, and obviously we've had to add an adapter on the front, so we do have an adapter on here. Apart from that, in the box you will receive the rifle and a magazine and some other bits, but we'll come on to that when we get onto the internals, but that's a later thing. So we have added some bits to this, including zip tying the run cam to this, because unfortunately we didn't have anything to add a rail to the barrel in the short notice that we had to get this on the field. So we're going to go tip to back and just talk about it externally, what's different, and then we'll dive inside and tell you just how good and how impressive this thing is when it comes to shooting very heavyweight BBs. So as we've said, on the front, we have got Novritsch's rifle suppressor, and it does make a massive difference, this thing, making it really, really quiet when you're tucked away in a bush or a tree line, just making sure, especially to the guys downrange, that the shot report, you will still hear the chunk and the clatter of metalwork moving around and when you're cocking it, but the actual shot report itself is muted so much, especially for people downrange. Obviously, it doesn't come with the adapter. You will need an adapter to turn it to a 14mm counterclockwise thread to put the rifle suppressor on there. But again, you'd then be able to put any device that you want on the front of it that is 14mm counterclockwise. Coming back to the barrel, and included in coming back to the barrel is the receiver. So previous editions, you could obviously take the receiver and the outer barrel apart. This is now a one-piece CNC'd upper receiver, and this is all leaning into the size of the chamber and all that kind of stuff. So this thing can really hold together with very, very high power limits. Obviously, not things that we can deal with, but we'll see what's possible when we delve inside. Obviously, we've put the run cam on here, but again, you could just get a barrel wrap around, a little bit of riz and do that, or you could put it above the scope. We want it quite down low so we could get a decent sort of bore access and make sure the flight path of any shots were truly recorded. Coming on to the body then. So the body here, it is like a fiberglass polymer reinforced receiver, lower receiver. It does then take away from some of the weight, because obviously with the CNC'd and all the bits that we've added to this, it has become a hefty beast, but having that polymer lower means it's not as heavy as it could be. We do have some Allen keys on the side here and some various attachment parts. In the future, there are going to be plenty of accessories for this, where you could add bipods to it, rails, you'll be able to change the pistol grip style system here, and you will be able to change the stock. We have tried a gas blowback pistol grip on here, just like a hoe grip. It did fit on perfectly fine. So if you're wanting to swap out something like that, you absolutely can do. So looking at controls and the systems that you're going to be using in-game. As you can see on the front here, there is a little wheel. If I lean it that way, you'll be able to see it on the top-down camera with an arrow on it. So this is a very positive top-down hop adjuster. Very easy to do in game. Even when you're holding this thing, you can just knock it with your thumb and just add or reduce the hop very, very slightly, just in case you want to sort of dip or lift a BB where it is necessary. Coming to the back here, we do have the safety on the right-hand side that comes forward and backwards, and underneath we have the magazine. So at the front, pressing this, that will lift out the new style magazine. This bit at the back is a clone mag that holds a spare mag in it, so you can drop that in and you can hold another spare mag in here. One thing about the magazines compared to his previous editions, these are 58 round magazines. I believe the reason for that is obviously with the 6mm version, you're going to fit 58 rounds in here, and obviously there is going to be an out-the-box full-thrust version of this, and obviously they need a slightly bigger mag to fit the larger BBs. The magazine itself then has almost a measuring device. So on this side, it is 6.44. On this side, it is 6mm. So if you do run multiple sniper systems, you will be able to drop your full thrust BB in here and just make sure it is. And obviously it won't fit in that side and it will stop in this side. If you can fit it in this side, you know it's 6mm. If you can fit it in this side and it falls all the way through, you know it's 6mm. If you fit it in this side and it doesn't go through, you know it's a full thrust. Obviously, you will be able to then just write on the bottom if you want, but it's just a quick way of understanding whether or not what rounds you're putting in your platform when you're running around. We have got a sling point at the back here, so we've got a QD sling point here, and we do have one on the stock all the way at the back there as well. It is just like an M4 6-position adjustable stock, and again, you could swap that out for any other M4 style stock that you wanted. Obviously, you can then swap the different parts around. The QD mount on this side can go on this side, and it is a simple left and right-handed swap as well. So a couple of things that we noticed while playing, we'll go on to now, is obviously when you lift the handle up, the detent isn't really, you can't really feel the detent to lock this thing in. Once you rack this thing, which we'll show you when we shoot it, it then will just sit about here and you need to positively press the handle down. Otherwise, what I had a couple of times while playing, if I was moving or running whilst it was cocked, there was a chance the handle could come up and the bolt falls backwards. If the bolt falls backwards, when you put it forward, you are going to double feed, so you just need to loose the round off and rechamber a fresh round. And that was just me learning that when you do cock this thing, you need to press down and get that positive detent locked in place, because then it will just not move. And again, if you are left-handed, you can swap all this out, swap the handle to the other side. As you can see, there's a little cut out here. Swap the QD to the other side and do all the interesting stuff. So out the box, let's talk about power limits and various different things. So when we got this, it was doing 1.6 joules, and inside the box you will get 3 little silver rings that you can add to the spring guide. Once we'd done that, it pushed it up to 1.73 joules, which is about 430 FPS. So it's still not quite at the FPS limits of bolt actions in the UK for a 0.2. We then pushed up to the 0.46s that were provided for it, again, being the recommended for the UK market. It then went to 316 FPS. On a 0.46, that is 1.13 joules. So we have increased our power just by changing the weight of BBs by nearly half a joule. So if you get one of these out of the box and you're trying to chase that power limit or things like that, do not do it with 0.2s. If you're chasing it and then you end up at 460, 480, 490 on a 0.2, when you start putting the heavyweights in, you are then going to be hot due to the power limits and the joule creep that happens with heavy BBs. So yes, the FPS has gone down, but the actual power and the speed of which this thing is injecting that power into its target has increased dramatically. So please be careful with that. Another thing that is very, very cool with this thing is how easy it is to just simply change the spring. So pulling the bolt back, and there is a switch just underneath the trigger here that you pull all the way down, and I'll try and do this whilst it's still on the table, and the bolt just comes all the way out. As you can see, this bolt is absolutely massive. So the cylinder is 47 cubic centimeters of air is being pushed out of this thing, and again, coming to the back is how you swap it over, but it is a true quick change spring. You can just about see the little collars that we've put on the spring guide there that pushes and pre-compresses the spring. But what you can also do, using the mock magazine, simply push it in like this, undo that, and then you can do it by hand. So very, very easily swapping parts out, so you're not having to use tools or anything. So the weighted piston, the spring comes out, and then the spring guide comes out. So you're not needing tools to add these 3 little parts to your cylinder. So these come in the box, and then you can add these to your spring guide, and this is what is changing the FPS at the back end. Not by much, but by enough so that it is easy enough to then slightly tune it. There is a guide in there, so your spring guide goes onto a guide, and then you can put the spring back in, and then you can load this thing up as you want. Obviously, we've added some weights. We were just curious of how it affected it. The FPS was barely changed by the actual physical weights to put on the piston, but we were just seeing how it changed the flight path and did various different things. So once you've tightened by hand, again, using the mock tool, or the tool that's on the mock magazine, you can put it back together and then simply slide this in here, pull that switch down again, and it drops forward, and then you can lock it in place. Make sure you then push that switch back up, and again, if we were just swapping the coils out, that's how quick it is to simply remove your piston, sort it all out, and get it back together. Incredibly impressed with this thing. As I've said, I am not a sniper player. I find myself wanting to advance the enemy too much, but how much fun and how satisfying it was to shoot. It's made me want to go and sort of try sniping properly. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take this to our outdoor range. We're going to show you it at our 60-meter target, and then we have some special little videos to show you afterwards. So join me on our outdoor range right now. So guys, we've made it outside. We have zeroed in the optic. We've set the hop. We ran out of 4.6s because I might have got a little bit trigger happy. So we now have 0.48s in here. So we're going to take some shots at our close range target and then show you how far this thing can reach. So again, one thing with bolt is that I see people doing a lot, grabbing the bolt and pulling back. It pushes the bolt across. A really good thing to do with bolt actions, if you put your thumb all the way across, you can then very easily pull it back and you're not pushing the cylinder against the side. And again, pressing down on that locks it, so when you are running around, you're not going to flip up and double feed. So getting our eye in on the close target. And again, pulling like that, it pushes the bolt across, and that's where you can hear that almost grindy noise. But if you put your finger across, nice and steady, easy, and you could even do that prone. Reaching out for the 60-meter target. Let's go for another one. Easy. So if I just take a pace over, our small A4 metal sign in the tree lines is apparently about 75-ish meters out there. Ooh, close. Let's try that one again. That'll do. So again, we have preset it, so it's not really a cold bore shot. We have set this thing and we are knowing what we're shooting at. But if you are ready with this thing, you are just almost unstoppable. Having that consistency shot to shot, it is a lot of fun to shoot. So we do have some special footage from yesterday, because we were lucky enough to take this to HQ Airsoft, where there were about 340 players on site, and I managed to find a very sneaky spot and get some incredibly good shots, anything from about 55 to 70 meters. So if you want to check them out now, and then I'll join you back at the table.
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
side. Watch yourself, sniper behind you. Look down in front. Down in front. Got it. Corner of the building, he's walking off now. See the marshals, that guy there. Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Again, as I've said, I'm not normally a sniper player, but I just thought it was so incredibly satisfying. Obviously, we've got 60 round mags, and in the very short time period of yesterday that I was using the sniper, I think I played with it for about an hour. I went through 3 mags. So nearly 180 rounds in a bolty in an hour just tells you how sort of consistent, and maybe I'm a bad shot, but no, I was getting some reasonable covering fire with it, being able to suppress locations consistently, finding little gaps where cover was transitioning across and finding the gaps between it within 2 or 3 shots to get the person behind that bit of cover. So yeah, thoroughly impressed and really enjoyed it. It's wanted me to go to a game day now and just take a sniper and see what it's like running one all day. So in front of me now, we have split the SSG11 in half, just so we could show you a few final bits and some other pointers that we have noticed. One thing I didn't mention is at the back of the cylinder, there is a red dot, and obviously this protrudes out once it's cocked, just so you can have a little glance down just to make sure you have racked that round in place. One thing that we've noticed when we are shooting as well, and this is all down to shooter's preference and how you hold a platform, but some people will be guilty of when they're holding it, their thumb will wrap over and feel something here and use it as a rest. What we have found that if you do rest your thumb on the wheel of the hop wheel here, you will adjust the hop, and what we were finding is it will then maybe deviate or increase your hop. So keep your fingers away from the hop wheel, and you don't want to be accidentally sliding it on and off and changing your actual hop. But putting physical pressure on it, we did manage to get a couple of sort of left wingers putting that uneven pressure on the hop. But as you can see with the barrel disassembled, all the CNC parts inside, we've got the red hop chamber there, the trigger box here. You can see there is a little screw just there. We believe that'll be what you undo, because he is doing different triggers afterwards, so you might be able to get a flat trigger and something slightly different. Obviously, we've got the safety just blocking the trigger here. This is the switch that you pull when you're wanting to remove the bolt completely, and again, it just clicks down in place, and it sits just in the trigger housing there. So, and again, this one-piece CNC barrel just means it can handle the pressure of the massive cylinder. We have done a little bit of testing with the magazines at the moment as well, and we have found that the SSG11 magazines are not backwards compatible with the SSG10, especially the A2. We've tried it on the A2. We are going to do more testing, but currently the word that we're saying is they are not backwards compatible. We'll find out why, and we'll put it in the description just to make sure people know. But yeah, 58 round mags, you can run quite comfortably without having loads of spares on you. I'm very much looking forward to probably taking this on a field again very soon. So let us know down below what your thoughts are, how you feel about the shots and the range and how we've built it up, and also what do you think about an SSG 11 coming out the box as a full thrust. As you can see, they've got the markers on the magazines to make it possible to do that. Obviously, we do allow full thrust at proving grounds. It is in our insurance, we're allowed to use it. There is nothing wrong with using them It's a plastic BB at the end of the day. It's nothing to do with the physical size of it. It's all about power. So if you are inside chrono, there is nothing wrong with the full thrust. So again, if we get a few of them, I'm excited to see what they're capable of as well, because I've played with full thrust before, and again, the flat trajectory and how that thing reaches out and just keeps momentum going for a little bit longer and just squeezing out every bit of range that you can out of a bolt action. Looking forward to it very, very much. So let us down below. As always, hit that like button, hit the new hype button if you see it as well, the new add-on to YouTube. It helps our videos massively. So click like, the button hype will pop up, and click that. It just gets us up the algorithm and more people can see our content. But if that is everything for today, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.